for this one?
That's the first one. Now on your second run, you're going to drive it like your stolen mode. So this time you're going to forest down the runway as fast as you can. I shudder to use the phrase floor it, but that's the drill. We're going to get wheel spin as you try to get going, but the stability program is on. It will manage it. You're not going to lose control as you're doing it, so keep it nailed until you say brake. And this time you're going to absolutely smash that pedal. Get us stopped as if our lives depended on it. We will lose grip at the front when you do that, but ABS is going to sort it all out, so no real loss of control there either. We're contrasting this run with the one we just did. Enjoy this bit, it's quite amusing.
Yeah. So
when you're ready,
brake at the pedal.
I'll tell you when to brake, don't worry. Just go, full power, go on, nail it. Stay on the gas, power, 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 all the way. Go, 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 brilliant. Brake, hard as you can, hard as you can. Good drill, well carried out. Points to note, one smile on face. That is outrageous for a family passenger saloon, isn't it?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Second, wheel spin on. Let's switch the stability program off and see what happens then. Now we're not going to bother with understeer because not a lot of difference between system on, system off in the early stages of that skid. Let's go straight for oversteer. And you've just demonstrated to us both why we strongly recommend you do not switch the system off on road, even if you think you know what you're doing, because it's made a big difference, hasn't it? Come round to the right.
Alright.
What I would like you to note though, is that every single time you've made the car oversteer so far, irrespective of whether the system was on or not, you've naturally steered into the skid, haven't you?
Yeah.
Now, it's the one thing we all do instinctively behind the wheel of the car that is correct. Unfortunately, there are other things we need to be doing that aren't instinctive, and that's where ESP comes in.
Absolutely.
Okay. So, give it a go. So send it, off power, catch it, now balance it. As soon as the tail's out and you've caught it, you can then try to balance it.
Okay, and that's when I apply gas?
Yeah, a little bit of gas.
Okay. So
Let it settle, don't get close to him, because he's about to do a spin anyway. Okay, have another go. Now, power. A little bit late there.
Yeah.
Now, bit of power, go on. Okay, let it settle, do nothing for 2 seconds. He's going to do another spin before he comes off at the end. He'll do a spin for the dismount, so again, if we're too close to him, it's going to affect what we're doing. There he goes. Okay, have another go. So send it out, catch it on steering, that's it. Not too many revs. Okay. What you don't want to be is right the way out on the lock stops, because if you run out of steering and the car rotates again, you've got nowhere to go, haven't you?
Yeah.
Okay. So we've actually got you into the drift, which is fantastic. We really ought to go and do some laps before we run out of time.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so we're going to come out at the end of this. Nice little bit of car control there, look, well done. Oh, he's coming out anyway, off we go. Okay, so your first corner is a 90-degree right-hander. It links straight into a long sweeping left. Circuit's got 3 hairpin bends on it. Here's the first of them. It's a right-hander, very tight as you turn into it. But this one starts to unwind again immediately, becoming an open radius bend leading out onto the back straight. Next corner's down by the deviation side, so as we get going you will need to start braking at these orange and white cones. Tricky to judge this corner your first approach. Tighter than it looks, it's another 90 right. Then we get the second of the 3 hairpins. Looks very similar to the first one as you come up to it, but this one is going to close in on itself all the way through, and it goes on for a long time.
Oh yeah, that is a nice one. Before
flicking straight back into a left-hand hairpin, not as tight as the right-hander, but will appear so as you carry speed. Then your last corner is another 90 right. So it's not a long lap, only 8 corners to learn. You'll find them easy to judge if you look up through them where you're going, not down into them where you're at. So at the left-hander here, get your eyes as far around it as you can.
Yeah.
Look where you want the car to come out of the corner. Here's the first of the hairpins. Remember how tight it is?
Yeah.
So try looking through your side window over there. Don't worry, you won't fall off the road because you're not looking where you're at. Your hands are going to follow your eyes, so wherever you're looking, your steering is. All you've got to do is look where you want the car to go and let your hands take you there. Stay relaxed, don't force the steering, it does work. So try not to get mesmerised by the entrance to the next corner. That's where you want to look, isn't it? Eyes up over the top of the barrier, just pick the point where you want the car to come out of the bend and steer us there. Here's the next hairpin, so you're looking sideways while the car's travelling forward. It's uncomfortable and about to get worse because the road doubles back on us here. So you're switching your vision from one side of the car to the other there. It's like you never look in front of yourself. Absolutely. Well, you did but a second or so ago, and now the eyes are coming back the other way. Now I do appreciate that this way of looking feels weird, but you can't tell me it doesn't make the corners easier to judge. Because you've got three things out of doing it. One, more time. Second, look how much smoother your steering becomes. It's much easier to work out how much you've got to do when you've got the whole picture after all. And finally, the bends don't seem so sharp anymore, do they?
Absolutely, yeah.
So rule one, don't put the car where you haven't put your eyes first.
Yeah.
Most important thing I'm going to say to you today. Okay, let's just ginger the car up a little bit for you. That's good.
Fantastic.
So just keep the eyes up. Your instinct is always going to be to look down into the corner. You've got to work through that, force yourself to look up where you're going next. And you didn't do it there, did you?
Yeah, that one, yeah.
Okay, so that's why the corner went a little bit weird there. You can use these orange cones like this one to help you. So if you look all the way across the corner, the two orange and whites over there, that shows you how far through the vision, through the corner, you can actually look. Now there's no orange cone at this corner, so keep looking round to the left and you pick up another one all the way down at the next corner. There it is.
Yep.
So there's not, these two corners come together, that's why there's only one cone on it. Now you're looking sideways through the next one over there, look at that orange cone, aim us at that, and then you're aiming through the orange cone on the inside back towards the outside of the track. Now don't get too hung up on these cones, they are navigation markers, they just show you where the track goes. Ignore the blue ones completely, they simply mean keep off the grass.
Absolutely, yeah. Okay, that one I'd get.
Okay, that's the one you're having difficulty with, isn't it? Okay.
Keep forgetting how long.
Eyes on the orange one, aim us at that, and then sweeping through all the way through the next corner. Steering technique's nice because you're not moving your hands around on the wheel, you're just rolling your wrist to get the car through the corner. That's the optimum track method. It's actually called fixed input steering.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, now as we straighten the wheel up this time, we're going to start to feed some power in. A little bit to start off with, but the more you straighten up, the more power you feed. So actually using the power to push us through the bend onto the straight, we stay on the power all the way to these cones. Firm squeeze on the brakes now, stay on the brakes, eyes up, ease off the brakes, turn. And as we straighten up with some power again. Then we're braking for the next corner, looking all the way through it. Eyes over there, that's it.
Oh, that's right.
That's better, yep. Okay, switching the vision back the other way. Can't accelerate yet, we're still in the corner, eyes on that orange cone. Now apply some power. Brakes for the next one, off the brakes, turn. And power out the other side. Brakes again. Now in the middle of the corner we need to keep the car balanced so we're not shifting weight around. So once you've finished steering into the corner from now on, you're going to squeeze the gas pedal to the thickness of a couple of pound coins, literally applying tension to the pedal. It's called balancing throttle. And then as you straighten up, you turn the tension to pressure. So we're applying pressure to the gas pedal all the way as we unroll the wrist to get out of the corner. On the power all the way to the cones. Firm squeeze on the brakes now. Speed off, weight in the low. Stay on the brakes. Now ease off, turn. Tension on the gas to balance. Okay, we've gone all the way through the corner on a trailing throttle there.
Yeah.
So 2 quid of tension on the gas pedal now. Feel the car settle when you did that.
Yeah.
That's what we want to feel, that settling, that's the balancing throttle. Keep the tension here, look through the corner, now apply power. Squeeze the brakes, ease off, tension on the gas, pressure on the gas. Squeeze the brakes, ease off, tension on the gas, switch your vision, change direction, keep the tension on the gas. Patience, pressure on the gas. Squeeze the brakes, vision through the corner, ease off, turn, tension for balance, wait for it, pressure for power. More power, use the width of the track here, that's it. Brakes now, nice and firm, stay on the brakes. Ease off, turn, tension, pressure, brakes, balance, so balance is tension, switch your vision, change direction, keep the tension on the gas pedal, eyes all the way through, look at that orange cone, power now, brakes, balance, power, brakes, vision, direction, rebalance, wait for it, power, brakes, vision, balance, patience, patience, power. Into the next apex here. Keep unwinding the steering. So it's a very systematic approach to cornering, isn't it?
Absolutely.
The more systematic you are, the more control you have, the better the car's going to do. And you know when you got it right, it feels good, doesn't it?
Absolutely. But you know what I've never done the balancing on the throttle. I've always been taught on the corners never to even touch the throttle.
You're always, with the exception of the split second as you move the steering in, and you're moving from pedal to pedal, you are always either on the gas or the brake.
Absolutely. I always thought that's how you carry the most speed in, but then I don't know.
Well, you don't want to carry too much in. The other advantage, because if you think about it, we're braking progressively on the approach. You ease off the brakes now, but as you turn, you're actually on the trailing throttle.
Yeah.
So the car's still settling weight onto the nose a little bit. That gives you a bit more grip at the front. Then as soon as we've got the car on course, we can balance it, and then we accelerate out. Now, unfortunately, just to get into the swing of this, I'm afraid this always happens. We have run out of time, so we're out at the end of this lap. Did you enjoy that?
That was fantastic.
Get what you want.